All right, I'm going to call our meeting to order, and if you'd all please stand and join us for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Aaron, would you please take the roll?
Councilmember Schmidt.
Here.
Councilmember Gray.
Here.
Councilmember Dittrich.
Here.
Councilmember Pointer.
Here.
Councilmember Sherburne.
Here.
Okay, everybody's here. First item tonight, is approval of the agenda. And as you know, I reached out to all of you last night, in light of receiving some additional information over the weekend, and I got mine Saturday night. I've asked that we remove item 6.3, if the council is in agreement with that, from the agenda until we have an opportunity to get some additional information and able to review that. I just need a motion to proceed.
I'll make the motion to strike item 6.3 from the agenda.
I'll second that. Okay. Any further discussion? Joe?
Yes.
Linda?
Yes.
Brian?
Yes.
Bill?
Yes.
And Mary Ann?
Yes.
Okay. Next, we have a public input period. Oh,
Yes.
oh, now I have to do the agenda that way too. Okay,
So I
sorry.
move for approval of the agenda
Thank
with
you.
that delivered.
Okay, I thought he said it different. Okay, that's all right. Mary Ann. Okay, and who's our second then?
I'll second.
Okay, thank you, Joe. Any other further discussion? Mary Ann?
Yes.
Joe?
Yes.
Bill?
Yes.
Brian?
Yes.
And Linda?
Yes.
Thank you so much. All right, next is our public input period. Please come to the podium and state your name and address for the record before proceeding with your comments. Individual remarks are limited to 5 minutes, with the overall public input period limited to 30 minutes. Under Iowa Open Meetings Law, the city council can take no formal action on comments given during public input period that do not relate to action items on the agenda. Would anyone like to speak to the council tonight?
I got Austin Timmerman,
Hi, Austin.
2364 180th.
Okay,
Just wanted to say thanks for letting us do the carbon copy this year. I think the most we had was about 40 cars show up, and probably the least was like 8 just on a day like today, kind of out there, so. But good seeing everybody from the community. Everybody really appreciated it, like thanked me for doing something like this. We had help with Quick Star. They donated donuts every week or every time we had it.
that's amazing.
Came CH on the radio, obviously, but plan on doing it next year again. So we had people come from Iowa City, Waterloo, Cedar Rapids, Dubuque, and Mason City one day.
Wow,
Wow. So I reached out there. There's about 400 people following Facebook now. So
that's awesome.
yeah, we just wanted to say thank you for letting us do that down there. Everybody enjoyed it.
Thank you for doing that.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Can I ask what the Facebook page is called? Because my husband's car hopefully will be done next summer.
Manchester Cars and Coffee.
Manchester's car and coffee. Okay.
Yeah, check it out next year. We'll try to get bigger and better every year, so,
Alright.
but everybody appreciated it, so I just want to say thank you.
No, thank you for doing
Yeah.
It looked
Appreciate it.
fun.
I mean, it was, like I said, everybody had a good time.
Good.
Didn't run out of coffee. Kids were down there running around. Wives were going to the farmer's market.
it. I was lucky enough to drive by it every time you did it, watching you, waving.
A lot of people didn't realize it, you know, they'd go by and then they'd turn around and stop or drive through it.
Awesome. Awesome.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yep, thank you.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Thanks.
He's out. Okay. Is there anybody else who'd like to approach the council tonight? All right, seeing none, I'm going to close the public input and move on to our consent agenda. Item 1, I need a motion to approve the minutes from the regular council meeting on November 3rd and also October 27th. I need a motion to adopt resolution 97, approving our bills and expense reports. I need a motion to acknowledge the receipt of reports from Park and Rec and the wastewater treatment place. I need a motion to approve the payment or action to approve the payment of claims totaling $19,989.50 to per grant for engineering services. This is for the Anderson Street improvements, field work and design services, utility coordination, easement services, and special assessment services. I also need a motion to approve Wayne Miranda and Neil Hennigas to the Forestry Improvement Committee. And that is all of our Consent agenda, I'll take a motion in a second. We can open it up for discussion.
I move to approve the agenda as presented.
Okay. Any other questions? Neil's here tonight, so we can see who Neil is there,
Which one's Neil?
right there. Okay. Okay. And you said you got to talk to Doug. Doug said you called in. You got to visit with him. Okay, perfect.
I was in Indiana at the time.
Okay, awesome. Okay, good.
We reached them,
All right. Well, thank you for volunteering. We appreciate that.
no problem.
Is there any other further discussion? If not, Linda?
Yes.
Brian?
Yes.
Bill?
Yes.
Joe?
Yes.
And Mary Ann?
Yes.
All right, next we have a public hearing here. It's 5:05 and I'm gonna open the public hearing on the proposed development agreement with the Farmers Savings Bank. And I'm gonna let you speak to this, Tim.
Yep, so Farmers Savings Bank is constructing a branch office here in the city of Manchester. They're proposing 4,000 square foot building. They will add 3 new full-time employees, and they're looking to invest $1.8 million in the city of Manchester. So what we are providing them is our base, development agreement we typically do. We're providing a 10-year, 50% tax rebate. Again, we only rebate what's eligible to be rebated back to them. The debt service levies and stuff like that are not eligible for rebatement. The amount not to exceed $350,000. Again, they have to pay the property taxes in, and we have to rebate it back in order for them to collect that. So it'll either be 10 years or $350,000, whichever happens first.
Okay. This is a public hearing, so does anybody have any questions or comments they'd like to say? Okay, hearing none. At 5:06, I'm going to close the public hearing. And before the council, we need a motion to adopt Resolution 98, and that's approving the development agreement with Farmers Savings Bank and authorizing annual appropriation tax increment payments and pledging certain tax increment revenues to the payment of the agreement.
I move for approval of resolution 98.
I'll second that.
Okay. Any other further questions, comments from the council? All right, Mary Ann?
Yes.
Linda?
Yes.
Brian?
Yeah.
Bill? And
Yes.
Joe?
Yeah.
All right. We'll move on to our regular agenda items. First one is I need a motion to adopt resolution 99, and that's to approve entering into a 28E agreement for the Joint County Emergency Response Team, or JCERT, with Jones, Delaware, Anamosa, Monticello, and Cascade. And this is a joint county emergency response service. Is the chief going to talk to them about this? Okay, Chief Davis?
So I kind of prefaced you guys at the committee of the whole meeting about this. So I have something here from Nick Hall. So Nick Hall is our representative that's gone through all the training and was voted in. So JCERT is a multi-jurisdictional team of police officers at a higher level of tactical training than most police officers. The training includes marksmanship, de-escalation, tactical training, specialized operations, and other areas that are needed. It's a team-based unit that operates in high-fidelity environments and oftentimes in situations that are too dangerous for conventional law enforcement officers to handle. We have utilized the JCERT team in Manchester on multiple occasions. Last year in April, individual discharged a handgun at a woman inside of his house who he was living with. We executed a search warrant, which was executed by JCERT, which brought a peaceful end to what could have been a dangerous situation, recovering the firearm and keeping the public safe. So having a portion of that tactical team, we've seen it in the past where the training is changing for law enforcement officers. High fidelity, high risk situations, no longer are we kicking down doors, bursting in the front door as a road officer, right? We have a very young department. And we're training them to take a step back and safely approach these and get into the hands of somebody that has more tactical training, if we can, right? So going through the situation, I met with the board, so all the chiefs, all the sheriffs, everybody that's on it, I got the approval from them first. We sent Officer Nick Hall in just to get with the team to see if he fit. He fit wonderfully. He did all of their physical testing, marksmanship testing, tactical testing, passed all of it with flying colors, and then he went to a 1 week SWAT school, the Cedar Rapids SWAT, passed that with flying colors too. So this is the last step. I want to make sure all those other portions were complete before I brought it forward. Upon signing that, again, it's our way of using that JCERT, but also providing the same service to the counties that we used thus far.
Mhm.
right? It's kind of putting our mark on it as far as, being able to help other communities as much as they've helped us in some way. So if you have any questions, I can try to answer the rest of it.
I think it's a great idea. My question coming from animals, so originally is, does this have anything to do with the penitentiary? Would that be anything that you could be called into?
Yes,
Yes.
so, the way it kind of works with their hierarchy is I still have chain of command within my jurisdiction.
Right.
Right, or in this situation, Officer Hall.
Mhm.
So again, if they have a situation like that, they can call Nick. Nick has to request that through me. I will evaluate the needs for the city. You know, again, depending on if he's alone, manning, somebody's sick, if he's alone, cannot go, things of that nature.
Right.
So they could use it again, and my understanding is J-CERT's never gonna turn down any agency in the state of Iowa.
That's what I wanted to hear.
If somebody
because I
needs
think that
help-
it's important.
If
Yes.
somebody needs help, J-CERT will help.
That's great.
So it, again, it kind of gets Manchester on the map in that avenue, so,
Perfect. Thank you.
yep.
Any other questions from the council? No? All right, thank you, Chief.
Mayor, I'd like to make a motion then to adopt resolution 99 to join J-CERT. I'd like to second.
Okay. Any other comments? Bill,
Yes.
Joe,
Yes.
Mary Ann?
Yes.
Linda?
Yes.
And Brian?
Yes.
All right. Next, we talked about this at the committee as a whole, more discussion and potential action here, talking about our video recording of official city boards, commissions, and committee meetings. And I know we had a kind of a draft from that.
And I did update that draft to include the city council on it as well, just to, we've already approved the city council recordings, but just to add them into that policy, so just I fixed the language to reflect that.
And I know, Jim, you and I were talking prior to the meeting a little bit. You said there was something that maybe you might want
You
to
add
add.
that,
I did, unless Aaron added it, I have not added anything. You want?
We did what he brought up last time.
No, but we talked.
I just, reading it over, I just suggested that we may want to add that in the event a committee decides it's not feasible to video, for whatever reason, because you have that that they state the reasons why at the beginning of the meeting, so we have a record.
It's in there.
We have in there
Yes.
that, there's reasons why we may not be able to record them. What Jim is requesting is we stated in the minutes, so it's incorporated into the minutes.
I think I have that in there.
Yeah, you do.
I think that'd be perfect.
It's right here.
That way, you
The
know,
minutes of the meeting shall state the circumstances
Yeah, internet.
prohibiting
Right.
What is that?
video
Okay,
recording.
got it.
it's right there in the top. Internet
Aaron's
is
got
out,
it.
Yeah.
so.
I think you suggested it.
Okay.
before.
I guess I would have the question of, is there a good reason we're putting in Park and Rec? We get minutes from the Park and Rec department. I'm not really sure that it's important that they are videotaped too, and so I'm just curious why that was put in. I have the same question about the Board of Construction, Review, Forestry. You know, any of those we get minutes from. Quite honestly, the Wellhead Protection Planning Team, I've never seen anything from them. I mean, I have no idea when they meet, where they meet, who they meet, or
Some of these
anything like
committees
that.
don't meet very often.
Yeah.
That's what I'm thinking, and so I think we're overkilling this by putting everything in. I have no problem with the city council. I have no problem with if we want to put in Board of Adjustments, Planning and Zoning, and Library Board, because all three of those are ones that people have to be sworn into. They have to be accepted and what do you call it? You don't call it swearing in.
But yeah, I have to swear.
They're
in.
appointed.
They're appointed,
Without
yeah.
they're sworn for it, okay. But anyway, those,
Taking note.
They take it out,
thank
yeah.
you, that's a better way to put it. Those are a little different because of that. The rest of these, they're volunteers. You know, they're sitting on a committee, they're trying to do the best they can and so on and so forth. I just don't see a purpose to having so much backed up from all of this stuff when you can look at a Park and Rec board minutes and see what they've done. You know, it's not like they're trying to do anything like, you know, burn down a park or anything without us knowing. They are trying to improve things, and basically what it is this is what's going on. Doug is giving them the information and so on. 90% of the information that goes out to the Park and Rec board, we get, you know, from our meeting of the whole when we talk to Doug, or by reading the minutes. I think it's overkill, and I don't wanna overkill this. I wanted to use it for what it's intended for, not just to get everybody on tape. I just don't see that as a big purpose to what we're doing. And so for me, you know, if they wanna put the airport committee on, because that seems to be a huge problem for everybody, well, not for me, but for some people. So, you know, I do that, but some of these I just think are more than what we need from those committees. And so I guess I'm questioning why the need to feel those should be on there. That's. So anybody who wants to tell me why they should be on there, I'd love to hear.
No, I'll second what you're saying, Mary Ann, to be honest with you. As I said, you're gonna look at this design committee.
Mhm. They make a recommendation to the city council, the council takes action on it, and the design committee meets for the downtown center group.
Right.
So what they're doing is just,
But I'm saying like recording design committee.
But anything they do, they're gonna bring to us.
Right.
You know, the park and rec, anything they do, they're gonna bring to us. That's why I did, and forestry. I love trees, but I'm not sure we need to have the forestry committee be taped. I think that them sending in a report to us saying this is what we did is sufficient for me. I don't need minute by minute what they do. So I trust these people. They're volunteers. They're there from the goodness of their heart. And I think they're doing what they feel is best for the city of Manchester. So I don't think we need to be looking over their shoulders on every little committee. There are some that if they're, you know, being sworn in and so on, I would agree to those, that's fine. But I just think we're overdoing it with this.
what I can tell the council is the Board of Construction Review meets once a year if they meet at all. A lot of that is reviewing the building codes and see if there's exemptions we need for that.
Which would all come to the city.
Which
council.
comes to the city council. The forestry committee meets once a year. We had more meetings early on when we had the unknown ash borer and had to address how we were gonna take care of ash trees in town. And again, that was still something that came to the council because we had a budget for tree removal. The design committee meets on an as-needed basis when we get applications in, for work downtown. The wellhead protection planning team, they meet. They work, depending upon what's going on, when we were looking at the nitrate reduction and work, they were a little bit more active, but they have not been active since 2020, just because of COVID. Now, I know, water superintendent Chad Wilco's wanting to get them pulled back together. We want to talk about some additional work, meandering wetlands and working with farmers outside of town or property owners outside of town to see what we can do to work with them. So there's some things that there's just not a lot of activity on.
Right.
Board of Adjustment, their actions, it comes to the city council, the only thing the council can do is remand it back, but it's still typically a variance request, and that can be something that can be a hot topic. And so that one being recorded may not be such a bad issue. Planning and zoning, again, they can have issues as well. We're going through our comp plan. So those are something that, definitely want to get more information on. Library board is a semi-autonomous board. They have authority to do what they need to do. And again, that's something where the council wants to record those, that makes sense as well. I'm just providing you with the input of what we have. The council can make any decision they choose.
So would it be best to make a motion to keep the ones in or make a motion to remove the ones?
What I would do right now is suggest which ones you would like to strike and see if everybody's on board with that.
And then we can revise. and
Revise,
bring
bring it
back.
back.
Okay,
Okay, so Board of Construction Review, does anybody have any reason why we should keep them for recording? Cause I think that one can go.
Yeah.
park and rec. I think that one didn't go.
Thank you, yep.
Rest of the council, okay?
Yeah.
Okay,
I'd be okay without parking, right?
okay.
Forestry, I think we take out. Everybody okay with that?
I agree. The design and wellhead protections, I think can go. So airport,
Yes,
Board of Adjustment,
yes,
planning and zoning,
yes,
and library,
yes.
Those four.
those four.
Okay.
When city council, so there's fine.
Okay,
And-
I like that idea of honing it down a little bit instead of just trying to do everything.
Right.
So I think these are the ones that make the most sense.
Great, 100%.
Bill, agree?
Yeah,
Linda,
great,
agree?
Yes.
Mhm. Brian?
Awesome.
Okay.
And,
so-
and then also, now that we're gonna have the council meetings recorded, we're gonna have committee of the whole, and then these 4 boards. Do we have the wording in here good to protect us? You know, make sure that like if we're not gonna record, we're gonna throw that in. We have that, we're keeping
Terminology,
that.
so
But I'm
why
saying
didn't
like,
it occur?
It's in there.
if we strike the 4 and keep
Yeah.
only 4 and all the other wording in here, everything is good.
Yeah.
I just wanna make sure that nothing stepped out to me, but I'm just bringing it up, just to make sure.
I'll update it and then I'll just send it back to you for one more review. to
And we
ensure.
can have the resolution ready for adoption at the next meeting.
I would appreciate that.
And again, reminder, we are saying we're gonna hold on to the video for minimum of 5 years.
Yeah.
Anytime after that, they may be removed, but the written minutes are the official minutes of the meeting.
And Tim and I have been discussing too, we really do need to look at doing something better with, specifically the sound on this, on these owls. It's not very good, so we're gonna reach out, to a few different people and see, get some ideas on some equipment that might work a little better before we go ahead and get anything set up for the library. Might as well do,
I think
The
we might
same.
as well do the same.
so.
Good idea, very good.
Part of the challenge we have is the owls are the microphones as well as the speakers. And because of the distance away from everybody, they don't necessarily catch everything as well as they should.
And some people's voices project more than others.
Yeah.
So that's the
What,
other.
making fun of me?
No, not, never. So anyway, all right, is everybody in agreement then? Okay,
Yeah.
so we'll go ahead and we'll have you
We'll
make
make
that.
those changes and we'll bring it back to the council meeting.
Thank you.
All right. All right, here's the next thing here. 6.3, okay, 6.4, I need a motion to adopt resolution 100 approving the amended development agreement with SNR Construction, authorizing our tax increment payments and pledging certain tax increment revenues. And this is in regards to the Oakview Estates.
This is phase 2. Again, we didn't get started with phase 2 at the first of the year because of some issues with, well, housing slowed down, sales, everybody's concerned with what was going on. So all we're doing here is we're just extending this 1 year. We're shifting everything back 1 year so they can, get their work done, provide us with, their reimbursement requests and we can pay them out. Well, this is our construction's looking like moving forward. There has been some talks about putting some, underground pipe in this fall. I think we might be ready for the end of that, but they'll get started in the spring regardless.
Before we vote on this, real quick question. Phase 1 is pretty well filled up, isn't it?
There's 4 lots left.
That was just 2 years ago,
It's amazing how much that's,
we were scared back then when we only did half of it, which
Right.
was, I mean, was a smart way to do it, but.
Yeah, but that location out there is just perfect.
yeah, I agree.
So there again, I make a motion, Mayor, to resolution 100 for the Oakview Estate Phase 2 subdevelopment.
All right, do I hear a second?
I'll second that.
Okay. Any further discussion or comments?
I'm just really happy to see him bring more population to Manchester more than just me doing it, so. No more kids for me.
Never say never. Okay, Bill,
Yes.
Joe,
Yeah.
Mary Ann,
Yes.
Linda.
Yes.
And Brian.
Yes.
Okay, next, I need a motion to adopt resolution 101, and that's approving, another agreement with Eastern Iowa Pumping, authorizing tax increment payments and pledging certain things. And this is for the West Side Estate subdivision.
And so again, this is the exact same thing. Joe has got started. He does have water and sewer extended in there. He does not have the streets paved. That paving will happen in the spring.
His is blowing up too. It's really good. I hear a motion. Okay.
I'll second that.
All right. Any further comments or questions?
With this one out there, just to kind of keep in mind, as he continues to build that intersection out there is probably gonna need something done with it in the future.
We are continuing to monitor and
Right.
evaluate. Unfortunately, because it is a DOT intersection, they have the trump card on that, I
Yeah.
guess.
Big brother card.
Mhm.
He's been trying to work with them on this though, hasn't he?
He has been, we've had conversations, if you recall, when
Yeah.
we had a letter sent to us this summer, DOT did look at it,
Mhm.
That whole section there.
so.
I just think that when he gets, say halfway through it, then it's gonna be that much more traffic.
Yeah, that intersection at Burrington Road is dark,
Mhm.
and I think the state won't put, traffic light, or not traffic, intersection lights up. The city may have to take the lead on that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's not a bad idea at all. Okay, all right, so I have a motion and a second. Brian,
Yes.
Linda.
Yes.
Mary Ann,
Yes.
Joe,
Yes.
and Bill.
Yes.
All right, next. I need a motion to proceed with the second consideration and adoption of ordinance 9. And this is regarding our urban renewal area.
Again, this is that revision where we took the land that, Farmer Savings Bank was in the urban rural area. We had to remove it because of the expiration of the timeline for that economic development, and we're reinserting it into that timeline and restarting the timeline.
May I ask a question?
Sure,
We are proceeding with the second, but can we do the second and the third?
absolutely, if council wants to do so.
Would be two separate motions, one to waive the second and then one to
Have a
approve the
third.
third.
Okay. I would like to waive the second, if I'm saying this right,
Just,
waive the second consideration and go right to the third consideration of adoption. Ordinance 009 for the taxable property addition urban renewal for the bank.
Very good. Okay.
I'd say.
And the part you're gonna yeah, I got Brian. Yeah, thank you. All right. Any questions on that? Bill,
Yes.
Brian,
Yes.
Linda.
Yes.
Mary Ann.
Yes.
Joe. Okay, so do we have a motion to proceed with the third and final?
Yes, Mayor, I will proceed with the third and final
Okay.
consideration. No, second
You wanna do that again, Brian? Okay. All right. Bill,
Yes.
Brian.
Yeah.
Linda.
Yes.
Mary Ann.
Yes.
And Joe.
Yep.
All right. And then, some nuisance property updates. Are you speaking of that? Oh, that next one?
Exotic.
Oh,
Exotic
there it is.
animals.
Yes. Oh, gosh. Yes, thank you so much. Ordinance, I need a motion to proceed with the first consideration and adoption of ordinance 15. And this is, it's a draft, ordinance, regarding exotic pets. And want to talk about that a little bit more. It says 15.
Yeah, it is.
okay.
Cause was it an older one that we just
Yeah.
updated? Yeah.
No, it's ordinance 10, I'm sorry.
It says ordinance 15 here.
Well, Aaron numbered it wrong.
So it's 10?
It's, yeah, on the exotic pets, it's showing 10, but on the top
Okay.
where it's all typed out is 15.
15, okay. Thank you.
It should be 10.
Okay, all right,
Aaron made a mistake.
all right.
Okay, can I ask?
It took too long.
Take a motion first and then I'll. ask a
Okay,
question.
can I have a motion and second? We'll open up for discussion.
I move to adopt ordinance 10.
Okay.
Exact annual.
Thank you.
On this one, can we,
And then we'll open up for discussion. Yeah.
We need a second first.
You want to do a second?
I was just asking if we can sure just
No.
skip second, go to third on this.
No.
We have to
Okay.
do the first
Please
one.
do the first.
We have to do the first one.
Oh, yeah, I'm thinking we did this already.
Yeah, well, we've had a lot of conversation.
We've been talking about it.
All right, we'll second it.
Okay.
I would love to.
Okay, all right.
Now I have a question.
Okay.
Okay, we had talked earlier about the need to put in birds in some fashion.
They're covered in another part of the ordinance.
They are? Okay.
Well,
It can be livestock at that point.
it can be considered livestock, I'm sure, but I didn't know if we needed to put it in specifically. Because we had talked about, somebody's got a cockatoo on their shoulder, or, whatever. I just wanted to know, it's not that I have a concern either way particularly, except Connie had brought it up.
Well,
And then I did not see it in here, and so I thought I should ask about it.
I think when I looked at the existing code, I thought that the birds were covered.
I didn't know if it needed to be in here, so that it was kind of.
And then I
complete to
wondered if
this.
it didn't fall under B6.
mhm.
Six.
Any other?
Any other animal which is not explicitly listed above, but which can be reasonably defined by the terms of this section, including but not limited to bears, deer, monkeys, and game fish.
I don't think it would.
Do we want to include the word birds to that? The challenge I have with that is, there's a wide variety of birds.
I know.
You know, we allow chickens in town
Yeah.
with council's permission,
Right.
but we don't necessarily want them walking around downtown on a leash.
Sometimes they just run
Yeah.
downtown on their own.
They'd have to be in a box.
Yeah.
And we do allow for, under our pet ordinance, we do allow for parrots, canaries, whatever MYNAH is, and finch.
Myna. It's a minor bird.
A minor bird. Oh,
Myna,
Minor.
okay, myna bird and the finch.
Well, we know which one of the council members know things about birds.
I'm asking. I think I would like to see it in this exotic somehow. But if it's too big of a
We
pain,
might
then
amend it to go through the
Exotic birds.
exotic birds, which would be cockatiels.
Yeah.
And we could get, I'm sure I can find a list of those. You know, what's commonly used that they would regulate for that.
Well,
I just don't want this open-ended, okay, I can't carry my rag around, but I can carry my, flamingo or something, you know what I mean?
If you got a flamingo at your house, I'm coming over.
Guineas, you need us, just a pile of guineas.
I'm sure there's a series.
It's just if it's out in
If you
public,
feel
I
it's in
think
the
it's.
other place, then that's
Now,
fine.
let's,
I just thought it was easier to have it all.
let's
together.
not take action on this tonight, let us get some language.
Yeah, because I can see, peacocks, guineas and stuff like that, but again, parrots, we have a pet store here in town that had sold those.
And I don't have a problem with that kind of thing, so
Yeah, but
I
the-
just
but
think.
the parrot would mean, most people aren't gonna have a parrot on their shoulder.
No, what about falcon?
Falcon, yeah.
I got a neighbor that carries a bird around on his shoulder.
I mean, like I joke
Well,
on
they're-
Ragbri, there's a guy with a little African parrot. a
Yeah.
parrot
I've never
that flies over.
personally seen it, Bill, but I've been told by the other neighbors that this guy does it.
Yeah,
The guy right by has what?
Yeah,
A little African?
yeah.
Where they ride with him the whole
Takes it all
day?
the way across the state on his shoulder. They flies and people, but it might not be something you'd wanna deal with if you were in the store with him.
Right, right.
Right.
that's the bigger issue.
So,
So we wanna table this.
so Linda,
Or
wanna
just not
remove
take
your,
action.
Yeah, we'd like to remove my,
Don't take action, come to the next meeting and I'll get you the language.
oh, just leave it as
Yeah,
is.
so just rescind your.
I'll
motion.
rescind my motion.
And they both
Yeah,
rescinded,
rescind
Linda
it.
just did hers, okay, yep.
Okay, we will bring this back to you at the next meeting
Thank you.
with language regarding birds,
Yeah, I'll do.
emus and ostriches too.
Yeah, emus and ostriches,
And all of those.
and peacocks.
All right, Ben, you ready to enforce that?
I was gonna ask, where am I keeping an ostrich?
Joe has a building.
No, well, I was just gonna say, Tim's got this really nice house that has got a really good sized garage there.
We've seen
We're gonna
Tim
sell
Hines
pigs.
chase roosters, we don't want to watch him chase an ostrich down the street, so, anyway. All right. Then we will move on to nuisance property update.
We have 3 cases going. The one on Gay Street that we've been dealing with, we finally got a judgment on November 3rd. Order of a $750 penalty and costs and ordered to abate, and I have no anticipation that they will.
Mhm.
But we have to get, the order gives them time to do it before we start the next step, and that's really what we're going after. So we'll just stay on top of that. I think the order just came in on the 3rd, but I think it gave me 30 days. Then we have there's a property that we were doing an abandoned building on Madison Street. And we may have talked about this before, but it was sold bought at tax sale. And it was sold by the person who bought it at tax sale and contract to somebody that Tim's been working with. We can we can vacate the tax sale. We're in a position we could do that.
Mhm.
But frankly, the idea is if he's giving it to somebody who's gonna fix it up and get us out of the middle of it.
Right.
Mhm.
So we've continued the hearing until April 4th.
Okay,
My
Yeah.
conversation with the gentleman, they'd like to get it back on for sale by
Oh.
April 1st.
okay,
So they are abating everything and fixing it up.
okay.
And then there's a property you've seen a lot on Lincoln Street. We're doing another, there were promises made to Tim to get it fixed, never did, so we filed another citation on that. That was just sent out for service on October 23rd, so we should have a date coming.
Okay.
And that's what we have.
Any questions for Jim? All right, thank you, Jim.
Thank you.
Okay. Next, we have engineering updates. Sam, do you want to go? Jason, you were here for, you don't have anything? Okay, all right. You just don't want to stand up here, do you? Okay, well, let's see him.
Whole lot, just say reiterating Anderson Street property owner meeting next week, Wednesday, the 19th at 6 o'clock at the fire station. So it'll be from 6 to 8 PM. First half hour, usually do a presentation, kind of get an overview of the project, talk a little bit about kind of proposed staging, traffic control. And then, Tim will can get in a little bit more assessments. And we'll have information there, for property owners after the presentation. We'll take individual questions or whatever, city staff, between city staff and myself. If they have any questions about the project or assessments, we can try to answer those best we can. So, if anybody can't make the 6 o'clock, feel free to show up, 7 o'clock after the presentation if they have questions about the project or assessments. Talked with Perry this morning, Medicom's working out there. It sounds like he said they should be wrapping up soon. Haven't got anything, seen anything yet come through from Windstream, as far as their final plans and permits. They're the last one that has to relocate out there, and once they're done, then everything's off the lines, the line, start pulling their poles. Windstream did say the plan is to get everything done before freeze, so if we don't hear from them again here late week, I'll send another reminder or see where they're at. Once all the utilities are updated and everything, all the new stuff, we'll have a surveyor out there to shoot in the new equipment, new power poles and what have you, like we've done in previous years. So that's all I have unless there's any questions.
Look like it. Thank you, Sam.
Sam. Thanks.
Okay. All right, Jim, do you have anything else tonight? Do you have anything else tonight, Jim?
Oh, no, I thought I did mine already.
Okay,
No, I
no,
don't.
you don't have anything else? Okay. Tim?
Community childcare, our task force is having an open house. We're gonna meet Wednesday morning from 7:30 to 8:30 for business and industry. Come in, update them on what's going on with the childcare center. And this will be at the community center at the fairgrounds. And then we'll have an open house that night. I believe it's 5:30 to 7:30.
That's correct, yes.
And that's gonna be a public open house format for people to come in. I'll do the same presentation I do in the morning. Try to update people what we're trying to do with our capital campaign, kickoff event, and what's going on with childcare needs and issues here
Mhm.
locally and nationally.
That it?
That's it.
I'm gonna put a plug on that we are doing there'll be another fundraiser that'll be happening on December 5th in conjunction with Hanson Auditorium. Local artist, who's actually wrote a musical, and hopefully we're Broadway bound. She's putting on a concert, and she is going to be making a donation to I want to say a fundraiser kind of thing for us. After her performance, Susan Warner is going to be performing at Hanson Auditorium December 5th. So if we can pack the house, it'll be a nicer donation to our community childcare. So get the word out there. You'll be hearing more about that. Thank you, Tim. Aaron, did you have anything?
No.
Okay, Brian?
The only thing I have is Veterans Day tomorrow.
Yes,
Pray to all the veterans out there.
yes. Thank you for your service.
Thanks, Brian.
Linda?
I don't have anything tonight.
Okay, Marianne?
In terms of what you said, Tim, I thought Vicky had written this. I got an email from Vicky Reese,
Mhm.
and she says the evening meeting for childcare is 5 to 7.
Okay,
5 to 7, okay.
I just wanted to.
No, that's probably right. Yep.
It just written down.
Childcare and then the open house on the fire station.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
And
Keeps track, but I just wanted to get it out there correctly for people so that they can come to it, so.
Anything else?
No,
Okay. Jeff?
Well, first and foremost, I just want to congratulate you on your win,
Thank
Mayor.
you.
Yeah, that was an experience. And then I also wanted to bring up to the rest of the council, I talked to Tim and Connie earlier today, and I talked to Doug last week. I came into Manchester about 6 o'clock last week. People are at the dog park with flashlights,
Mhm.
because there's no lights there. Now, if they're that dedicated to want to be there, to use that, 5, 6 o'clock at night in November, I would, ask the council or whoever to start putting our minds together and figuring out a lighting situation for the dog park, and they're using it, so let's make it more usable, in my opinion, so.
Is that a plan for you guys, do you know, Linda, or,
We had actually,
yeah, go ahead, Tina,
we had actually looked into
Jamie,
that.
can you come up here, so,
so we can see you, yeah.
sorry.
We had actually looked into that initially, and we followed along the lines of, rules of other dog parks where it's, sunrise to sunset,
You know,
and that's when the dog parks were open. So if you wanna go afterwards, I mean, they're most of the time used in the spring, the summer,
Right.
and the fall, and the winter. We know it's gonna be a seasonal dog park, which is why we didn't intend to put lights there initially. I mean, it's something we can discuss for future reference, but as of right now, the hours are
right,
sunrise to sunset.
yeah, I mean,
It's good it's being used afterwards, and they
Right.
get flashlights.
it's not anything that I'm gonna use, I'm not a dog park supporter, I think that's been pretty clear, but you guys are using it. So if it's gonna get used, we might as well make it used, you know what I
Be
mean?
safe.
Safe and everything for the whole community. I mean, the community said they wanted it. I didn't think it was a great idea. I was wrong. It's something that's being used and supported, so let's support it.
Well,
That's
we
my
we're meeting
mindset.
on Wednesday night, so it's something I can bring up to the group, just to.
Yeah, and even if,
And it might be beneficial for the city to look at it with the disc golf course down there
Yeah.
too, maybe at least just lighting the parking lot.
you know,
Mhm.
Which might
something.
cast enough light into, so we
Into there,
can
yeah.
get into the dog park area, but we just have a little bit of. light.
It's just,
Indirect,
I'd encourage everybody to drive past the dog park on their way home tonight and look at how dark it is at 5:41.
Yeah, they're
And it's
nice.
still warm enough to use it. You know, even if we only run it for a couple hours a night, if it's a solar, I don't know what the cost is. It's just,
Mhm.
I seen it, it was an observation I made. Hey, if they're gonna be up there, it's just like if they're at Central Park shooting hoops and the lights weren't on,
Mhm.
like turn the lights on, let the kids play a couple more hours. It's not bedtime yet,
Mhm.
you know, so.
Okay, no, that's something I can bring up to the committee.
Yeah,
on
just an idea.
Okay, great, thank you, Tanya, thank you, Joe.
Yep.
Bill,
A couple people asked me, they just want to make sure they're gonna try to run leaf pickup till Thanksgiving, correct?
The week of Thanksgiving,
Unless
unless we
it's
get
snow.
a snowstorm.
Right, that's what I explained to them. Yeah, because everybody's like, holy crap, everybody's leaves came down yesterday or Saturday.
And they won't necessarily run on the regular schedule. What they do is they just try and hit
Yeah.
as much of town as they can. They
They'll
walk
run
through
it.
areas.
They'll
They'll
run
run
it.
So,
If
Get them
you're-
out as soon as you can.
okay,
Well, if
That's
your
what-
day,
Sorry.
if your day is normally Tuesday, get them out Tuesday morning. If they're out running Monday and they're able to get ahead, they'll pick them up on Monday. They try to pick up ahead, but they will start on Tuesday in that Tuesday area. So they will always start on that day in that area they were scheduled to.
what he said, right, Aaron?
I was just gonna say what the street superintendent.
He's on vacation now, isn't he?
Oh.
nope, that's all I got, thank you.
Thank you, Bill. Okay, again, thank you, everybody, for being here tonight. How about our seniors?
You got questions
Yeah, I got any questions?
at the podium?
No? No? Okay,
You
so
can-
tell me
you can
this.
face your fears and just-
Yeah, I'll ask a question. What are you gonna be doing next fall?
Hopefully attending Iowa State,
And what studies?
business management.
Business management, okay, and how about you?
I'm going to Iowa, dentistry, so.
Yay! Good job. Appreciate hearing that. Okay, awesome. Well, thank you for being here tonight. It is 5:43. I'm going to take a motion from Linda, a second from Mary Ann. We are adjourned and we are adjourned.